ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦਿਸ ਐਪੀਸੋਡ ਆਫ ਦ ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸ਼ੋ। ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਕਰਵਾਉਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਪੋਰਟ ਮੂਡੀ ਕੁਕਿਟਲਮ ਤੋਂ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਐਮਐਲਏ ਜੋ ਟ੍ਰੈਸੋਲੀਨੀ ਨਾਲ। ਇਹ ਹਾਊਸਿੰਗ ਕੰਸਟਰਕਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵੀ ਕ੍ਰਿਟਿਕ ਹਨ ਅਤੇ ਐਨਡੀਪੀ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦੇ ਇਹ ਜੋ ਐਮਐਲਏ ਹਨ ਇਹ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ 12 ਸਾਲ ਐਜ਼ ਮੇਅਰ ਵਜੋਂ ਵੀ ਕੰਮ ਕਰ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਹਨ। ਆਓ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕੌਂਸਟੀਟੂਐਂਸੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਹੜੇ-ਕਿਹੜੇ ਇਸ਼ੂਜ਼ ਨੇ ਅਤੇ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ 'ਤੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਵਿੰਸ ਵਾਈਡ ਕਿਹੜੇ-ਕਿਹੜੇ ਚੈਲੰਜਸ ਨੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਸਹੀ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਨਜਿੱਠਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਲੈਟਸ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਜੋ ਟੂ ਦ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ। ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ।
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Same here. Thank you. So, Joe, a little bit about yourself. How did you get involved into politics?
You know, I was a teenager when I immigrated to Canada and spent quite a few years working for Environment Canada, and, raised a family, and through some family crisis, I lost my young son. And tried to refocus my attention in a positive way in the community, and one thing led to another, and I think that I was pushed towards municipal politics. The youth was always in my mind, the environment, and of course I have a business background.
Right.
17 years later, here I am
as an MLA.
As an MLA for the same area that I was mayor.
So as a mayor, what were your major achievements you feel, as 12 years is a long period? So what do you think was your major contribution in that area?
I think took the city of Port Moody from a place where 95% of the people lived in single-family dwelling to a city which has grown with high-rises, multi-family homes. 65% of the people now live in multi-family dwellings. Vibrant place on the shores of Burrard Inlets where people live, work, and play in the community.
Right. Okay. Now, when this by-election was announced, what prompted you to jump into this fray?
You know, I thought that after a record 12 years as mayor of the city of Port Moody, I thought that I would have some time to think and ponder the future.
Right.
But there was a resignation last year, just about this time last year, which prompted and encouraged a lot of people in the community to call me, email me, and stop me in the streets to say, we need you to run provincially.
Right.
And you know, I evaluated the issue and decided for good reason to run for the NDP, and I was very impressed with our leader Adrian Dix, and here I am today successfully having achieved what I wanted to do and be the MLA for Port Moody, Coquitlam, as well as the villages of Anmore and Belcarra.
Right. Yes. So it's been about a year now since you have been an MLA. What kind
Well, no, I have actually only been an MLA since April, but I announced my candidacy back
That's right.
in the
fall.
fall.
So since April, in your constituency, what kind of issues are being brought forward by the residents? What kind of challenges are they facing?
You know, as I learned through the campaign, you know, the affordability issue for middle-class families and low-income families is a huge issue.
Right.
And this same challenge of affordability also pertains to small business.
Right.
BC Hydro rates gone through the roof, MSP, education not being available to young people, post-secondary education, housing costs being there for everybody. These issues may be pertinent to my riding, but I believe and have come to learn they're important province-wide.
Right. So when we talk about your constituency, what's the composition over there? Is it diverse communities living over there, or some particular communities which are mostly living over there?
I think that Port Moody is a community, and of course part of Coquitlam, which is part of my riding, Anmore and Belcarra. It is a white-collar, blue-collar sort of community. They commute to work, basically, to other places, Metro Vancouver.
Right.
They face the challenge of transportation and the need for the Murray Clark overpass right in Port Moody has been there for so many years. Of course, the Evergreen Line,
Right.
after 15, 17 years of being in the planning stages, is becoming a reality. But like I said, the affordability issue with housing and
Right. That's a major
it's
problem for the
it's a
people.
major
And
problem.
what about the transportation, public transportation? Is it sufficient enough, or there needs to be some improvement in that?
Well, once the Evergreen Line is constructed, is now being constructed or at the beginning of the construction phase,
Right.
it will provide the much needed relief
Right.
with a rapid transit line to connect with the Millennium Line. But right now, inadequate roads and inadequate rapid transit, public transit is very evident.
Right. Coming out to the province now and being a critic for housing and construction and small investments, where do you feel, where are we standing today? Because right now, lots of Indo-Canadians are involved in the construction field,
Yes.
and they're feeling the pinch, and they're saying that some of the policies, especially the HST, is a major stumbling block for the progress of the construction industry.
Yes.
Though, in next year it's going to be removed. But the effects of that are being felt right now,
Yes.
and the markets have just slowed down. So what do you think, and being a critic, what is your observation, and how things can be improved?
Generally in the construction area, I mean, every business, I've been in business for 25 years, we like certainty.
Right.
And the HST has definitely not provided the certainty. So
Right.
there's been turmoil. Now, as well, the general world economy has not helped the construction industry.
Right.
We're coming out of that. I think that today it's a little bit more healthier than it has been.
Right.
But the challenge is there. The cost of land, the cost of bringing the land to the development stage.
Right.
And I think that the bright side is that the demand is there, and the demand will continue to grow.
Right.
The challenge is to bring housing, the variety of housing, to the market at an
Right.
affordable price.
Right.
That is where the challenge is: affordability.
But then again, the question is, these are issues which are globally predominant, having an effect on British Columbia. Next year, when the elections are held, and if your party forms the government, these issues are going to be the same only. So, with your background, with your knowledge, how do you feel if you get elected again?
Yes.
What will you do to, kind of bring some kind of affordability factor, what you talked about, to the common people?
You know, we just spoke about market housing.
Yeah.
But there's another hidden issue, huge issue of subsidized housing, affordable housing, and people that can least afford
Right.
to get into housing. Those issues have allowed to be get worse year after year, where now is an epidemic,
Right.
province-wide. So we have to address those issues some way, and we need help from the federal government. We need a partnership with the provincial federal government, municipal and other groups, Metro Vancouver, Housing Corporation. We all need to be there
Right.
to find solutions.
Right.
Next year, there's a general election. You're correct. And Adrian Dix, our leader, has clearly stated that we're going to say what we're going to do
Right.
and how we're going to pay for it. We're not going to come up with surprises.
Right.
So please keep your ears open and eyes peeled for our platform to come out
Right.
later. And we're going to be very bold. And
Right.
we're going to be, but at the same time, we know that we cannot solve all of the problems
Right.
in our first mandate if we're fortunate enough to be able to win that trust.
Last
from British
question, which is
Columbians.
very important, because you are having a business background, and generally, as far as the elections are concerned, and whatever polls are coming, they are showing that your party is in much better standing as compared to the Liberals. And if you form the government, especially the business class and being the small investor class, which is quite a lot in British Columbia, they feel that if NDP comes to power, then probably the old 90s, what happened in the 90s, that the business had suffered, and this party doesn't think much about the businessmen. How would you like to address this particular issue?
Well, first of all, that's a misconception. We believe in small business. Small business creates the overwhelming majority of jobs
Right.
in this province and, in fact, in this country. So I'd like to think that the NDP believes and supports the activity of
Right.
small business. We're going to be there alongside with them to address affordability. We know what? The NDP does not think that we could do anything alone, so
Right.
we need to partner with small business and provide the climate
Right.
so that small business can thrive.
Wonderful, sir. It's a pleasure having you. And as the elections come near, we'll have you once again with some other issues and topics. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
ਵੈਲਕਮ। ਅੱਜ ਜਿਸ ਵਿਸ਼ੇ 'ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ, ਮਿਸਟਰ ਜੋ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਸਾਂਝੇ ਕੀਤੇ, ਕਿਹੜੇ ਚੈਲੰਜਸ, ਕਿਹੜੇ ਇਸ਼ੂਜ਼ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕੌਂਸਟੀਟਿਊਂਸੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਨ, ਅਤੇ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਅਫੋਰਡੇਬਿਲਿਟੀ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ, ਹਾਊਸਿੰਗ ਦੀ, ਅਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਕੰਸਟਰਕਸ਼ਨ ਸੈਕਟਰ ਦੀ, ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਸੁਣੇ। ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਰ ਮੁੱਦਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਵੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਂਝ ਪਾਵਾਂਗੇ।
ਲਾਈਟਿੰਗ ਦੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕੋ ਇੱਕ ਚਮਕਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਸੇਵ ਮੋਰ ਲਾਈਟਿੰਗ ਲਿਮਿਟਿਡ। ਪਿਛਲੇ 21 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਮਸ਼ਹੂਰ ਸਪਲਾਇਰਸ ਦੇ ਉੱਚ ਕੁਆਲਿਟੀ ਦੇ ਬ੍ਰਾਂਡਡ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟਸ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਹੋਲਸੇਲ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਖਰੀਦ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਸ਼ੈਂਡਲੀਅਰਸ, ਕ੍ਰਿਸਟਲਸ, ਸਪੌਟਲਾਈਟਸ, ਗਾਰਡਨ ਲਾਈਟਸ, ਪੈਂਡੈਂਟਸ, ਵੈਨਿਟੀ, ਆਊਟਡੋਰ ਲਾਈਟਿੰਗ ਇੱਕੋ ਛੱਤ ਹੇਠਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਵਾਜਿਬ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਖਰੀਦ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਰੇਟਸ ਫॉर ਬਿਲਡਰਸ ਐਂਡ ਕੰਟਰੈਕਟਰਸ। ਅੱਜ ਹੀ ਪਹੁੰਚੋ ਸੇਵ ਮੋਰ ਲਾਈਟਿੰਗ, ਯੂਨਿਟ 137, 12639 80th Avenue, Surrey।